Common problem number 2. Common problem number 3. Common problem number 4. Common problem number 6. I forgot what common problem we're on now. Maybe 6 or 7. I don't know. Guys, welcome back to a new video. Make sure before we even start this video that you click subscribe, because every single time I make a new video, I always say this, I always mention it, and I look on my Google Analytics and I see 80% of the video watchers are not subscribed. So if you're already watching this video and the subscribe button below does not say subscribed, make sure you click it right now before you watch this video, because I guarantee if you clicked on this video you've probably got a slight interest in Audi TTs, modifying cars, anything like that, and this is what this channel brings to you. At the minute it's pretty Audi TT related, but there's plenty of other cars that we do bring on the channel. And also, if you'd like to see your car on the channel, if you'd like to see me review it, or if you've got something interesting or a modification you want to do, or you want help fitting any sort of bits and bobs to your cars, put in the comments down below or message me on Instagram. My Instagram is right here. Hopefully we can get something sorted and yeah, film different videos on different people's cars. So guys, to start this video off, the reason why I've sort of thought of the idea of this video, because you may see from the title of this video that we're going to go through all of the common problems of the Audi TT. Well, all the common problems that I know, and a lot of things which happened to me, just so the guys, maybe you've got one and you sort of want to know what the common problems are, maybe you're looking at one and you want to see what the common problems are. Well, I've actually just occurred one of those common problems, so we'll start with that one. So inside now, I've noticed that the speakers have actually just started randomly crackling. So now I believe this is one of the common problems, which is the amplifier, which is in the boot, and it gets quite damp, which we'll go on to that subject next. Seems to happen just randomly. The speakers are just crackle in the back. I'll try and make it do it, and also get sort of feedback. So example, let's put the lights on now. So you guys might be able to help me with that, but I believe there's some sort of issue with the amplifier which is in the boot. It's not only just that feedback noise I get from when I turn the lights on, or if I unlock the car, it starts buzzing. Randomly I'm going down the road, it starts crackling. It's like, I can't shut it up now. It's almost like there's a loose connection somewhere, you know, like a loose connection on the speaker, but I can't work it out. I mean, I've had the speaker out, it does it both sides as well. And from what I've searched up, it is the amplifier, which I'll show you where it is right now. Let me try and show you. So down in here, so down there, you can just see it a little bit there. That's sort of like, looks like a bit of aluminium. It seems like down there, it's a little block of aluminium, and apparently they get quite damp being there, which is understandable because the TT does get pretty damp in the boot at some point. But I've sort of seemed to have solved that problem, but the amplifier may have gone. Now I've realised that this is quite an expensive thing to go wrong, and I've actually managed to pick one up on eBay second hand for £75, but they do go for like £200 second hand as well. I think I've got quite lucky with this one, where some people send them off to get fixed, but I'm hoping that is the problem. If you guys think there's something else, like some sort of feedback or ground wire that I should check, let me know in the comments, because otherwise I'll send that amplifier that I bought, I'll send it back, because it's 75 quid for something that's not broke. It's quite expensive. Common problem number 2. It's again another caused by water and dampness, which it's raining now, which it just explains British summertime really. We go to the rear lights for this one, because you may have seen when we was rebuilding this car, I was having problems with the ground wire on the rear lights. Now I see loads of people in the forum and it comes up every single time. Oh, I've got a warning light on my dashboard that the side light's out, and I've changed the bulb and it's still not working. What's the problem? Now I wish I could do some nice cutaways here and sort of show you the board of everything, but I don't think I'm going to find the right videos for that. I may find a little diagram or a picture of it, but I'll show you the best I can do. I'll sort of open it. I'll open the boot now. I'm not going to start taking things off and out because that's when I start breaking stuff, but on the rear lights there's like a there's a sort of grounding wire. I'll explain it really quick because I can't show you the picture of it, but on the rear lights, on the plug, the ground wire always seems to burn out. I don't know why, maybe it's just not built right, I'm not too sure, but you see this problem over and over again. There is a way to fix it, and I did explain it in one of my previous videos. I can't remember which one it was though, but hopefully I can link you to it. Common problem number 3 is, well, there isn't many which are engine wise, I wouldn't say, on the FSI engines. Touch wood. Yeah, let's touch wood on that. But there's nothing sort of that common mechanically wise in the engine, I would say anyway. They've got like an oil strainer problem you hear sometimes here and there, but we won't go into that. I don't think it's that much of a common thing to go into. Maybe it is. Is it? So I did actually pick this up in, again, one of my videos previously, which I'll put in the top right hand corner now, which would be, and I can't actually remember the name of it, the actual specific name of it, but it's the high pressure fuel tappet. So the high pressure fuel pump is on like a tappet, and it looks almost like, it's a tappet, it's a little thing, and it is, I'll show you exactly where it is on this video. Where it is, just tick it off, is directly in here. If you want to see how to fit that and everything, it's in the top right hand corner. With the high pressure fuel tappet, there's got to be a better name. There is a name for it, and I've just completely lost it. Like, put it in the comments if you know what the name is. I've literally just completely forgot what it's called. But with that, it's a common thing that's actually missed out in some of the services. After a while it does wear out, and it can cause a lot of damage to the actual camshaft if you've not had it replaced. A lot of people, some people replace it every 10,000, 15,000. If it's a high performance car, they replace it every 5,000. I think it's about 30 quid for an actual genuine one off Audi, but I mean, I changed mine, and I can't remember the last time when I changed it in the video before. I think it had been like 20, 30,000 miles since it had been changed, and it wasn't in that bad condition. So I think it really depends on how hard you drive the car. So common problem number 4 is exactly what I just did, pop the bonnet. Just a quick one. I see a lot of owners on the forums, they put a picture of a broken bonnet pull because it snaps off. I mean, if your cable gets fairly stiff, then the bonnet pull tends to snap off. Now, I think, I haven't actually looked at the repair costs of this, but I don't think it's drastically expensive, and you can still pull it open with a pair of pliers. That's just something to look out for on the TT. If your bonnet pull is starting to feel a little bit stiff, just put some WD, put some oil on it or so. Just beware that bonnet pull does sometimes snap off. Common problem number 5. Locking your keys in the boot. Now, if you may have noticed, if you've got an Audi TT, you can actually unlock the boot from just the middle button. So if your car is locked, and then you want to unlock the boot from the key, you can hold down this. This unlocks the boot. Then when you do shut the boot, the car locks again. So beware, if you open the boot with that middle button and you drop your keys into the boot and you shut the boot and the whole car will lock, and it's game over. If you don't have a spare key, or you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's game over. You smash your windows, or you call in locksmiths. And I've seen so many people do that with this, and I've been proper shitting my pants about doing that. Every time I open that boot, I'm sort of grasping to my keys before shutting it. But yeah, so that's common problem number 5. Common problem number 6, It sounds like there's a lot of them the way I'm filming this, but there isn't actually that many, and they're really petty. So common problem number 6. Now, I would suggest when you are going to look at a TT, you do check this one out, because it can cause a lot of other issues, such as like electrical issues and things like the amp and like the tail lights as well. And it maybe could be solved if you just had a look in this specific place. If you are watching this video because you are going to look at a TT, what you should do when you're inspecting it, open the boot here. Let's just move my bags out of the way. Open the boot here, under here, and then just have a look down here. Mine's completely dry, I have sorted it, but you just want to be looking for water, because what actually happens is water manages to find its way down here and down by the side of the battery, and also underneath this spare wheel bit, which some people don't actually get a spare wheel. So these channels down here, the water is supposed to run out here and run back down here, so all these channels here. But somehow, somewhere, I don't know whether the seals break or what, it does find its way down into there and into the boot. And obviously with the water getting in the boot and the battery being in there, it's not a good combination. If you do have an aftermarket spoiler like mine, what happens is water gets in between this seal here. Now, you may have seen in the video, this is an absolute ghetto job, but whatever. I did actually silicone in the gaps here, and that has actually worked. It's stayed completely dry since I've siliconed these gaps. Just a slight bead of silicone, but it has worked, and now I don't get any water in the boot and don't get any problems with that. But that is a real common problem, and it can cause a lot of other issues. So if you are going to look at an Audi TT, I suggest that you do have a look in the boot and pop open the boot thingy, the boot lining, and have a look. I forgot what common problem we're on now. Maybe 6 or 7, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Again, going into the boot. I think the boot carries a lot of issues because it is literally half the car. This rear parcel shelf, I did show you in the last video, so it pulls off like this. So these bits, actually, from like pulling the parcel shelf on and on, they're not held on very well, but these tend to actually snap off and break. Just a really common problem. Now people fix them by putting by putting long screws through there and screwing in. It's quite an easy fix, to be honest. It's nothing too drastic, but that's just another common problem that I've seen people have issues with. So common problem number, I'm gonna say 8. I have noticed it a lot with these Audi TTs, and they also have them in the Audi R8s as well. These seats. Now, what actually tends to happen is you do get a lot of wear on the side of the seats here and a lot here, but this is a 2006 car, and it is 2019 now, just to confirm that. And that's the wear we've got at the minute. It's not too drastic, but it does get worn. And also here, it's sort of sagging a bit. These are supposed to be really tight. Like that one, yeah, you can see after a wear, like after time, it has wore away, but generally they're not too bad. You can live with it for the age of the car, but that is just something that tends to wear out over time. That will move us on to the last and final common problem after this. The last and final common problem is the noise in the interior. The noise on the interior. Now I should be going down a motorway now to sort of explain the noise and probably measure the decibels that actually creates. Some of the modifications which I have done to the car have not helped the noise, i.e. the low profile tyres, the bigger wheels and the lowering. It's not helped the road noise, but even from standard, there was quite a lot of road noise in here, and I don't know if it is throughout every TT, but I have saw a lot of people post up things about trying to reduce the road noise in the TT, but I think it is due to the actual back window just being so big, and just because the car is so small, when you're sitting real close to the wheel arches, and obviously the exhaust and everything, that you do get a lot of road noise. But I mean, it doesn't bother me in a such. But you know, if you're watching this video and you're looking to buy an Audi TT, just be aware that it's not going to be like your Mercedes E-Class, or it's not going to be like your big 4x4 Cruiser. It is a lot noisier. But guys, that should do it for the common problems. Now, if you've got any more problems that you've had with your TT, or you know common problems that I've missed, make sure you put them in the comments box below. But that is all I can think of for now. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure obviously you have clicked subscribe. I'll be really disappointed if you haven't by now. But thanks for watching the video. Make sure you click subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.